Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about TCP versus UDP. So let's look at the agenda. Transmission Control Protocol or TCP Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about TCP versus UDP. So let's look at the agenda. Transmission Control Protocol or TCP will be discussed at the very onset. Then User Datagram Protocol or UDP will be discussed. After that, a comparative analysis of TCP and UDP would be discussed. TCP is the Transmission Control Protocol and UDP is the User Datagram Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol or TCP of TCP/IP protocol suite. Transmission Control Protocol is a connection-oriented protocol. A virtual circuit must be established for each connection to take place between the sender and the receiver. Now, when the data transfer has completed, this virtual circuit can be terminated. Now, this Transmission Control Protocol actually provides full support and services to the transport layer. Of the TCP/IP protocol suite. It basically divides the data into data segments. And each segment is assigned a sequence number. Now, when each segment has been assigned a sequence number, proper delivery of data is possible as per the sequence number. At the receiving end. So what happens at the receiving end? Reassembly of the segments as per the sequence number happens at the receiving end. Error checking is possible here, and so this is a reliable type of protocol for the TCP/IP. Next, let us turn our attention to User Datagram Protocol. This User Datagram Protocol is a connectionless protocol. And hence, there is no error checking. It basically uses the simple checksum to be accompanied with the data. Unlike rigorous error checking that happens in TCP. Here, no sequencing happens for the data segments. And as such, at the receiving end, the data segments may arrive not at the proper sequence, and hence we find that it is not reliable. So, this is the User Datagram Protocol, and there is no acknowledgement of the data that is received by the receiver. So this is the User Datagram Protocol. Now let us make a comparative analysis of User Datagram Protocol and Transmission Control Protocol with respect to definition and connection type, like what type of connection these two protocols normally have, what is the reliability of using TCP as well as UDP, what are the different protocols that are used in TCP and UDP, how is the performance of TCP, whether we are going for TCP or UDP, which is giving a better performance. Then, how is the data transmission taking place between TCP and UDP, whether we want any retransmission or not, and the speed. So let us understand it with the help of a table. So here we can see that this gives a comparative analysis between TCP and UDP. Considering the connection type, we can see that, as said earlier, TCP is connection oriented and UDP is connectionless. Regarding the reliability, TCP provides guaranteed delivery of data. Since the data is sequenced, having a particular sequence number, and at the receiving end, again, proper reassembly of data happens. So data sequencing is there. On the other hand, in UDP, there is no guarantee of data delivery at the receiving end, since data is not sequenced at the sending end and no rearranging at the receiving end happens. Regarding the usage of different protocols in TCP, we can use HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, FTP, which is File Transfer Protocol, POP, which is Post Office Protocol. And UDP is very much useful in case of video conferencing, streaming, and it can also be used for voice over IP. Let us now understand the performance. Regarding the performance, we can see, since rigorous error checking happens in TCP and data is read as byte streams, and data acknowledgement also takes place. Data acknowledgement means when a particular data segment is passed from the sender to the receiver. Suppose this data segment, D1 data segment is passed. Upon receipt of this data segment, the receiver provides an acknowledgement signal giving the sequence number. Let's say acknowledgement 1 means receiver has already received the data segment and it is sending the acknowledgement to the sender. So the sender understands that there is a proper delivery of data. But in UDP, there is only simple error checking using the checksum, and data is read as a single unit, and here no acknowledgement takes place. So that is the reason we do not have any guaranteed delivery of data in UDP. Now here in UDP, regarding data transmission, no broadcasting takes place here, and in UDP, broadcasting can take place. So that is the reason it is used for video conferencing and streaming. Retransmission of lost packets. In TCP, it is possible to have retransmission of lost packets whenever the acknowledgement from the sender is not received. Like a particular time has elapsed and there still no acknowledgement has been received from the receiver, then the TCP protocol can retransmit those packets thinking that they are lost. But in UDP, no such possibility happens because there is no arrangement of sending the acknowledgement from the receiving end. Regarding the speed, TCP is slower as compared to UDP. So we can find that there is a comparative analysis between TCP and UDP with respect to various parameters like connection type, reliability, use of different protocols, performance, data transmission, retransmission of lost packets, and speed. To summarize, in this lesson, we have learned about transmission control protocol and its overview. We have learned about user datagram protocol and its overview. And we have made a comparative analysis between TCP and UDP with respect to various parameters like speed, retransmission of lost packets, then use, reliability, connection type, and transmission. Thank you.